Janelle Brown shares thoughts on secret lives of Mormon wives. Sister Wives star Janelle Brown grew up around members of the LDS faith or Mormons. But even so, she's never quite seen anything like the cast of Hulu's The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. So what does Janelle think of the show? How do her thoughts stack up with ideas other Mormon reality stars have? Read on to get the scoop. TLC's Janelle Brown seems curious about the secret lives of Mormon wives. Janelle Brown has seen a wide range of different lifestyles during her time as a reality star living in polygamy. But the cast of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives was completely new to her. "I didn't know about them until this trip, and I had to do the deep dive," Janelle shared with Us Weekly. "I'm like, wow. It's not the Mormons that I know." The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives follows 8 women as they navigate the challenges of motherhood, marriage, and friendship within the boundaries of the LDS faith. However, some of the stars are more devout than others. In the show's first season, a few of the women admitted they often broke the rules regarding premarital sex and alcohol. "The Mormons I know, they're so conservative," the Sister Wives star continued. "They're very salt of the earth, very traditional. These ladies are not traditional." However, Janelle and Cristin Brown-Woolley admitted they didn't want to judge the women. In fact, they may even be friends with some of the cast members someday. They're simply fascinated with how differently they live, especially since Hulu confirmed the series would have a second season. "It's exciting," Cristin chimed in. "I'm hoping to meet them. I'm just saying." Other Mormon reality stars seem fascinated with the new Hulu show. Several of the professional dancers on Dancing with the Stars are also members of the LDS faith, including the Arnold sisters. Lindsay Arnold said she actually did know many of the cast members and didn't have any negative experiences with them. Meanwhile, dancer Ezra Sosa said he would love to join the cast himself. "We grew up Mormon and we grew up from Utah. So we watched that. I'm like, facts, sis," Ezra told People. Did you tune into The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives? What did you think of it? Add your own thoughts and ideas to the conversation. In an unexpected revelation, Janelle Brown, well known for her role on Sister Wives, recently opened up about her thoughts on the lesser-known yet equally fascinating world of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. The topic of the secrets, pressures, and silent stories within the Mormon community brought a unique depth to Janelle's already layered perspective on polygamy and life in the spotlight. As a longtime wife in a plural marriage and a key figure in the realm of reality TV, Janelle has often found herself navigating the intersection of personal belief, public scrutiny, and a desire for authenticity. Her thoughts on the theme brought new light to the often misunderstood lifestyle she and her family have lived for years. Janelle began by explaining that, though she could not speak for everyone, she believed that the documentary touched upon aspects that resonated deeply with many women who had grown up or lived within the confines of traditional Mormonism. "There's an entire ecosystem of women with voices waiting to be heard," she stated thoughtfully. "Mormon culture, especially for women, can be quite layered. There are guidelines, expectations, and traditions that we're all encouraged to follow. And while there's a lot of beauty in that structure, it can also create situations where you feel you must live up to a very specific ideal." She went on to describe how, in her experience, women often occupy the role of the silent bedrock within the family. There's a strong emphasis on service, sacrifice, and duty. It can be deeply fulfilling, but it can also be a double-edged sword. In Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, viewers see women stepping beyond traditional boundaries and sometimes hiding parts of their lives. This is something Janelle could relate to, how women, including herself, sometimes held back their true feelings or aspirations in the name of preserving family harmony. "The show gives a glimpse of something I've seen time and again among the women I know," Janelle continued. "It's a balance between honoring commitments and finding room for personal expression. In some ways, I think Secret Lives provides a window into the lives of women who are quietly, and sometimes bravely, questioning the role they were taught to play." She explained how many Mormon women still feel that conflict. There's this idea of being the perfect wife and perfect mother, but there's also the yearning to understand who you are beyond those titles. As she spoke, it was clear that Janelle's journey within the Brown family had given her both experience and perspective on these complexities. Over the years, she has shown viewers a side of herself that questions, adapts, and even rebels in subtle ways against the mold of her traditional role. She admitted that even within her plural marriage, there were aspects of herself she had kept private, not because of shame, but because she simply didn't have the space to bring them forward. Secret Lives of Mormon Wives shows that side of women, the side that holds back out of duty but also dreams and seeks more. Janelle gave a bittersweet smile. I think every woman, especially in a world that asks a lot of her, has a side that is just hers. Sometimes it's her dreams, her ambitions, or even just her way of seeing the world. She keeps it close, maybe even hidden, because not every part of us fits neatly into the roles we're expected to fill. Janelle also acknowledged that her own experiences of plural marriage on sister wives had forced her to confront similar internal conflicts. There are times when I wonder, am I doing this because I love it or because it's what I'm used to? I think there's an element of questioning and discovery that everyone in a faith-based, high-expectation environment can relate to. One moment in Secret Lives of Mormon Wives that resonated deeply with her was the scene where one woman, in a private moment, admitted to having dreams she'd never shared with anyone, not even her husband. It was like watching a piece of my own life, Janelle admitted. I've had dreams, big and small, that I haven't always voiced. And I think many women have that part of themselves that's deeply theirs, maybe hidden, maybe whispered, but always alive. While her life and challenges were unique, Janelle found a kindred spirit in the women who are daring to ask questions, even if they were not necessarily vocal about it. There's strength in knowing you're not alone in your journey, in knowing that other women feel as you do. When I watch shows like Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, I'm reminded of the courage it takes just to acknowledge that there's more to each of us than what meets the eye. Janelle also offered her perspective on the support system within the Mormon community, highlighting the close-knit network that keeps families together and helps women persevere. There is a beautiful aspect of community in Mormonism. Families are connected, and so are women within those families. But there's also an unwritten rule. You stick together, you don't break the norms. She shared that for some, this dynamic is a source of strength, while for others, it can feel like a burden. Sometimes, these connections make it difficult to step outside the box or think differently without feeling like you're letting someone down. The conversation moved to how Janelle had seen these dynamics play out in her own plural marriage. In plural marriage, you share a husband with other women, but you also share an unspoken understanding, she said. There's a solidarity between sister wives. We face similar challenges, but there's also a pressure to appear harmonious, even when life is anything but. Janelle noted that these layers of expectation can create a certain loneliness. In a way, every woman has her own secret life, whether it's the part of herself that dreams, doubts, or defies. Some women in traditional Mormon families keep those parts private. It's not a secret in a sinister way. It's more like a cherished personal part of who they are. With evident admiration, Janelle praised the courage of the women who had chosen to reveal their stories on Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. It's no small thing to tell your truth. To say, this is how I really feel, and this is what I've hidden. We all wear a mask sometimes, but being honest, first with yourself, then with others, is powerful. In closing, Janelle reflected on what Secret Lives of Mormon Wives symbolized for her personally. I believe it's a reminder that women, whether in plural marriages or traditional Mormon families, are allowed to be complex. It's okay to have dreams, to question, and even to go against the grain sometimes. We're all more than what we appear to be, and that doesn't diminish who we are. It just makes us real. With a thoughtful smile, Janelle summed up her thoughts with a quiet sense of gratitude. We're all figuring it out in our own ways. And for every secret dream, every hidden piece of ourselves we bring to light, we make room for the women who come after us to do the same.